Flosstube, it's Lindsay and welcome back to Blushing Pink Stitches. Today is Sunday, I have to think about the day then, the 1st of January 2023. So I want to start off by saying Happy New Year to everybody. I hope 2023 brings you health, happiness and of course lots of stitching time. And I want to say for those of you that celebrate Christmas, I hope everybody had a really lovely Christmas, and if you didn't, you know, that you got to, if you didn't celebrate, I mean that you got to spend some time relaxing and with your family and things like that. We had a lovely time. Bella really loved all of the different traditions. You know, we had some cute pictures of her leaving out the mince pie for Father Christmas and waking up to see his footprints in the morning and things like that. And she loved opening her presents and spending time with family. And it was really lovely to see. So I'll have put a couple of pictures on the screen so you can see yeah, a few pictures from the day. So yeah, we had a really lovely time, and of course today is New Year's Day, so the start of a new year. I am filming a WIP parade today, so I thought I was either going to film it yesterday or today, but today was a bit more appropriate for our schedule, shall we say. So I'm filming today, so I'm going to go through all of the WIPs that I currently have on the go, of which I didn't count before I came on. I'm going to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 19 WIPs that I currently have on the go at the moment. So yeah, I think I started the year with maybe 3. I think I had like from what I remember, in fact let's go to January. What was I working on? I was working on Hot Cocoa by Shannon Christine Designs and a Dumbledore bookmark. I had like a series of Harry Potter bookmarks that I was doing. I finished all of those, and I think I started Christmas Birds by Our Forest Embroidery, but I'm not sure if I had that on the go at that point or not. Maybe I didn't. I didn't start Fruits of Plenty until the 12th of January. So I only had a few WIPs on the go. So it has grown since then, but I'm not worried about it at all. I'm really enjoying myself, and yeah, I'm loving what I'm doing basically. So there's no stress there whatsoever. So I sort of have got these out in sections. So we're kind of going to go through it in sections. I was going to do it from oldest to newest, but I don't think I want to do that. I do have a finished object to show you before we get into the WIP parade, and I haven't put this on my Instagram yet. I actually finished this on Christmas Day, which I think is really special. So a couple of you have been asking about it. This is my finished Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. So just make sure I've got this up the right way. Let's just go back a little bit. It's a nice sunny day today, but it's kind of coming through the blinds in a weird way. I haven't ironed it, I haven't washed it, I haven't done any of those things yet, but I finished the final block. That's maybe a little bit better. It is so lovely. I'm so proud of myself, and I can't wait to frame this and put it up in my hallway. It's going to be lovely. So this is stitched on a 32 count white linen from Zweigart. I used DMC 932 and 3750. And there were some choices in the pattern, like for example, you had a choice of different houses here. I chose that one, and then of course I just personalised it with my initials and the date that I finished it. It's so lovely. So yeah, I'm going to iron that over the next couple of days, and then I'm going to take it to a local framing shop and get a frame picked out for it basically. So I'm super excited that is done. Let's start making a little pile here. Just pull this out. Here we go. So I'm going to start with my full coverage WIPs. And then I'm going to tell you like the different sections that we've got. Last night I wrote down some statistics about where I was with each of my full coverage, so I know for next year how much progress I've made in that particular year basically. The only one that's a little bit different from last night is my stitching shelf, because I did work on it this morning. I was considering not and starting my new year, new start, but this is kind of my routine. I like to do my 100 stitches on this in the morning. So this has got 120 odd stitches in it more than it did at the end of 2022, but it's not going to matter. So for those of you that are new, this is supersize max colour, a stitching shelf, artwork by Amy Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this on the 15th of August this year. All of these are going to be this year starts. Yeah. So this is where we are currently at. So I'm working on finishing off the second page. I'm more than halfway through the second page. I think it goes down to about here. Yeah, because you can see the line of the first page. So I'm just working along this bit at the moment. Those little bolts on the door are looking really good. Love it. They put in sort of more of this goldy bit of the book over here. That's on the third page, but just where I had a colour. And I took it where I did. So I've stitched on this year 16,583 stitches, and it's currently at 2.32%. According to Stitch Pal, this is going to be finished, well, at the moment, on my daughter's birthday in 2038. So, yeah, on her 18th birthday, this will apparently be done. I mean, that does flit around a little bit, so yeah, but that kind of gives you an idea of the scale. This is going to take me, if I continue on with my 100 stitches a day, which that's my intention, this is going to take me 16 years to finish. Some people that would really scare them. I like that. I like the fact that I get to stitch on something as beautiful as this for that long, and what an achievement that will be at the end. So yeah, put that back in there. I am going to kind of tidy away as I go, otherwise I'm going to have like a mess in here afterwards. Why do I always get a little bit of an itchy nose when I'm filming? Oh, okay, let's have a little sip of tea. I can jump on WIP, but anyway. Okay, next one I worked on for a couple of days. So yesterday and the day before, I had a hankering to work on this. This is Feline Force 2. It's a piece of artwork by an artist called Sophie Wilkins. She's a French-Canadian artist. And Kayla from Kayla Tent Stitch charted this for me when I got permission from Sophie to chart it. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. And this is where we're currently at. All of my full coverages that I'm going to show you are on 25 count. I do have a plan next year to try a piece of 28. We'll see how that goes. But at the moment they're all on 25 count. This is the only piece that's on a piece of gridded, because I'm not particularly fussed about gridded fabric basically. So let's see if I can show this in a decent way. I made some good progress on this over the last couple of days. So here is where we're at. So I worked to the left of her face, and you can see this is the nose of a leopard coming in, and her hair. I think it's the nose anyway. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is the nose. Or is it? That's a bit further away, that side, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to get a leopard coming in soon. But it looks so good. I am loving it. I took this out with me to... well, my point that I was going to make was that I have to have good lighting to stitch this, because it's got a lot of light skin tones in it. And so I took this with me, and I sat in... I went to Colchester a couple of days ago, and I sat in Starbucks, had a coffee, and did some stitching on this, and I had to pick the dark colours because the lighting in there is rubbish, and I couldn't see basically, and so I do have to have good lighting. So this is I've stitched 2,735 stitches, and it's at 2.28%. So I have already talked about my plans for all of these. If you look back at my last video, I did a 2023 plans video. So I already talked about where I want to get all of these. So that is that one. Loving it, absolutely loving it. It's just incredible. Kaylee 10th Stitch is working on another piece of hers, and then Debbie from Mama Bear Stitchery is working on the first Feline Force painting. Again, they got permission from Sophie. So yeah, if you want to go check out more of her art being stitched, then check out their channels. Okay, so that's that one. This was a new start in December. Oh, I forgot to say that I started Feline Force 2 on the 3rd of October this year. This one I started on the 26th of December, so Boxing Day. This is Winter Montage by Janet Stever. I'm stitching this as part of the, I think the hashtag is Stever Montage sale, along with some other people, like Sarah from Stitching Mummy and Colette from the Highway Stitcher. And I did want to start this on Winter Solstice, but I was in the middle of finishing off Freaks of Plenty, and I didn't want to stop, so I decided to just do that and then pick this up afterwards. So okay, this is where we're at with this one. So I stitched 1,048 stitches, and it's at 0.69%. I did have, I don't know whether you can see, but I did have a little bit more done up here, and then I made a mistake in my counting and had to rip out like 200 stitches or something like that. It was really irritating. And ripping out on 25 count is not fun. So yeah, but that's looking really good. You can see there's some leaves, there's half a leaf here and another leaf here coming in. It's nice to see some detail already. So that's that one. Coming out of Floss drops coming out of the bag. There we go. Okay, then we have this is Dark Cinderella by Barrett Biggers, and it's charted by Pain Free Crafts. I should say that Winter Montage was also by Pain Free Crafts. This is a stitch along that Debbie from Creatively Yours is hosting. I think it's called the Dark Fairy Tale Sal. I think that's right. It's incredible. I started this on the 21st of November this year. and this is where I got to. So this is 534 stitches and it's at 0.24%. You can see some of the flowers coming in here. Just to say, I normally start in the top left of full coverages, but with Feline Force 2 I started in the middle just because I knew I'd be hitting her lips straight away, and that was really exciting. So yeah, that's that one. Pull that back up. Back in there. Have another sip of tea. I just had to have a look at the record button just to make sure I was actually recording. You know when you have these like, oh. Okay. This one is Autumn Montage by Janet Stever, charted by Pain-Free Crafts. This one I started on the 24th of September this year. Got a little bit further with this one because I did like my so many stitches for the season. Well, not quite actually, but anyway, this is where we're at with this one. This is at exactly on the nose, 2,000 stitches, and it's at 1.35%. The pages on the Pain-Free Craft patterns are smaller than the ones on Heaven and Earth Designs, which I find interesting. But also these aren't particularly big patterns. This one's 342 by 434, so I think there's something like 130,000 stitches, something like that anyway. So they're not massive. Well, they are if you're not a full coverage stitcher, I suppose. But yeah, they're not massive for full coverage. Whereas a stitching shelf, that is 713,000 stitches. That is a big piece. So that's that one. And my last full coverage is also a kit, which kind of will take me nicely into the next section. This is Daydreaming by Mariska. It's a kit, and it's also full coverage. Well, it's mostly full coverage. This space in the middle here isn't stitched, but everything else is, so it might as well be full coverage. I got a very small start on this last year. I started it on the 16th of July, and it is a small start because I was finding it hard to follow the paper pattern. Now I've got it, my husband scanned it in at work, and I've got it on GoodNotes, so this should be easier. I'm using all of the kit fabric and floss. So the fabric, does it say on here, it's a 16 count Ada. I just have a little start on the top corner, top left hand corner. So yeah. When I fold it over, you'll be able to see it a little bit better, although you know there's not much of it there to see. There you go. This is all half stitch at the moment, so it alternates between half stitch and full cross. So that's that one. Yeah. Again, like I'm not going to talk about my goals here, but I have goals on all of these that I would like to get done in 2023. Okay, so they are all my full coverages. So the next section that I have to show you is kits. This is a kit that I was sent, very kindly sent from a company called Povitrulia. They've got an Etsy shop. You can also buy their kits on Amazon, and I think they've got their own website as well. So this is the Owls bookmark kit. Comes with everything that you need. I think it's 14 count Ada. I'm pretty convinced it is. I could be wrong about that. Oh no, it's 16 count. I am wrong about that. And then all the floss. And I have worked on this over the last few weeks. So I got the middle owl finished. And then I'm just working on the top owl. They're really cute. So yeah, and then there's one more owl underneath here. He's the biggest one. So yeah, love that. That's a great project to have out for travelling. Also for like on the odd occasion where my daughter's, you know, watching TV. She doesn't watch TV extensively. I don't want her to, but also even if I did want her to, she has like 20-minute bursts and then she wants to go and do something else. So that's that one. Second kit is a Dimensions Gold Petite kit. And it's called Seashell Treasures. Or did I say the Owl Bookmark kit I started on the 30th of October? This one I started on the 13th of March this year. And I did show this in a recent Flosstube video. So I've worked on it, I think in November. This is where we're at. So just have this little section left to go. And it's looking awesome. I want to frame this, and this is going to go up somewhere in my house, like it maybe in my bathroom or something like that. It's just so pretty. It was difficult to work on until I put it in GoodNotes, and because I can mark off on GoodNotes where I'm at, it's much easier. So yeah, that's I wanted to get it to 75% this year, and it's definitely at 75%. So we've got the last ones finished, the last bit to finish next year. And this is the last kit. This is Baby Boots, and it's a kit by Vervico, and I'm stitching these ones here. This is a birth sampler for my daughter, who's now 2, but anyway. And I started this on the 27th of May this year. This was a mania start. And I got the first shoe finished. This hasn't been out of the hoop for ages. But anyway, the first shoe is finished. So I just have the second shoe to do. And then a bit of shadowing down here. And her name and things. So I think that's definitely doable for next year. And I'm looking forward to having that up in her bedroom. Okay, they're all the kits. I don't think this is going to be a super long video. Yeah, there are loads of WIP parades around at the moment, aren't there? And I'm just loving it. It's a complete fest on Flosstube at the moment. And I've actually, to make sure I don't miss any, I've been adding loads to my watch later list. Yeah, just to make sure I don't miss any, basically. But yeah, who was I watching this morning? Is it Jenn from the Caffeinated Crafter? Watched her this morning. I watched Elaine's from Ellie Welly Stitcher last night. Yeah, I've watched a few. Yeah. Anyway, what have we got next? Oh, I wanted to do stitch alongs. Is that a stitch along? No. Okay, let's do stitch alongs next. I think this is a stitch along. We'll see in a second. Yep. Okay. Yeah. This is a stitch along. This is Flea Market Flowers by Laurie Holt. Laurie and I, from Once Upon a Stitch, are hosting a Back to the Flea Market sale. We started it at the beginning of December. If you're stitching this, feel free to join and post your progress on Instagram. I do want to feature some people's WIPs and finishes on a video not too shortly in the new year. So yeah, post your progress on Instagram, let us know how you're doing. So I started this on the 3rd of December this year. Oh, I forgot to say that for every kit I'm just using all of the kit ingredients. It's not a recipe, Lindsay. I'm using all of the kit materials. This Flea Market Flowers is being stitched on a 30T count white linen. And I'm using all the called for colours. So this is where we're up to so far. And I did notice on my last Flosstube that I thought I'd finish this motif and I've missed off the bottom line of this circle. But anyway, this is where we're at. So I think every time I pick this up, I'm going to do another motif, another sort of like box on the pattern. But it's really pretty so far. I really like it. Yeah. So that's where we're at with that one. Okay. That back in there. Make sure my pile doesn't fall over. Okay, this was a caterpillar cross stitch along called Touch of Magic, and I'll put a picture up here of what it is going to look like when it's finished. And I didn't get really far with this. In fact, I only completed part 1, so it's just unwrapped because I took this out of the Q-Snap recently. Okay, here we go. So this is part 1 and I started on part 2. This is like the start of a cat. But this is where we got to. This is, I think 16 count Ada. It's definitely Ada. I can't remember what count it is. It looks like 14 count to me actually. Maybe it's 14 count. Yeah, but I got this as a kit from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and it came with all the floss and everything. So yeah. The stitch along is finished, and I've only done part 1. So yeah, and I was stitching this with my friend, and she has finished hers, so I'm way behind on it. But anyway, this was another stitch along that is now finished. This is called The Animal House, and it's by Satsuma Street, and again I will put a picture up here of what it's going to look like when it's finished. And again, I have just completed part 1 and there are 6 parts. So this is, what is this piece of fabric? A 28 count Cashel linen in the raw, it's the raw linen. So yeah, this is where we're at, and it's all the called for DMC. So part 1 is done. I really loved stitching on this, so I do want to get back to it. Yeah, that one. There we go. This is a start along or a stitch along, you know. Like Laurie and I don't have a finish date for Flea Market Flowers, you know. I started this with Vicky of the Virginia Stitcher, and this is Forever and Ever by Cottage Garden Samplings. And we had the hashtag, I think, Songbird Sal. So yeah, this is being stitched on a piece of 32 count pearl grey linen from Zweigart, and it's all of the called for floss, which is all Weeks Dye Works. Vicky's stitching hers in DMC, so it's interesting seeing what one looks like versus the other. And this is where I got up to, did that big first flower. Yeah, it's looking really good. I like it. You can see variegation in that overdyed floss. Looking good. I like it. So that's that one. Fold it over that way. It wants to go that way. Put that back. Maybe that doesn't fold over again. Oh, I've stopped saying when I started things. Okay, Touch of Magic, I started on the 23rd of May this year. Animal House, I started on the 5th of May this year. And Forever and Ever, I started on the 1st of June this year. That's that. Okay, this is Fantasy Dragon by Anne Stokes. It's in the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I'm not sure what issue, but like everything will be linked down below. This is a piece of 32 count, I can't remember the name of it now, some sort of purple, mauve, or is it violet? I think it might be mauve, from Zweigart. And am I going to be able to remember which way this goes? I think it goes this way, and I have a load of park threads, which I don't normally park, but the pattern is really hard to read because it's got loads of back stitching over it, and the symbols are coloured symbols, and because it's all greens, it's kind of hard. You really have to concentrate on where one colour goes. So I'm kind of doing it block by block, and parking as I go. And again, I've got this on my Goodnotes app. I'm stitching this with Anita from the Violet Stitcher. We started this together. Yeah, so this is where we're at. Did I even show you a picture of it? I don't think I did actually. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So the bit that I've done is like this bit here, like this foot, I've not finished it, and then part of what up here. I can see this taking me ages, but if it takes me ages, it takes me ages. It doesn't matter. I've not got, this is not one that I've got a deadline on. I've not got deadlines on any of them actually. But yeah, what will be will be. Just fold this piece of fabric up properly. Oh, there we go. Put that back in there. Okay, and the last stitch along piece I've got to show you is Summer Memory Jars. So this is a pattern from Susan Bates. It was in Cross Stitcher issue August 2018, or you can buy it from her Etsy shop. Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny was hosting a 9 jars sale this year, and you could do the festive jars or the summer ones. I chose the summer ones. I kind of unfold it. Again, I took it out of the Q Snap over the last week. God, it's so creased. Here we go, this is where we're at. So I've done the first 5 jars, and then I fell off the bandwagon, started the 6. So I've got 4 more to do. But I wasn't worried about it because I think everyone that was doing the festive jars, it was nice for them to finish it in December so that you could have it out on display if you had time to fully finish it. But because this was the summer one, I thought, well, I'm not going to display it until the summer, so it doesn't really matter if I haven't finished it. So yeah, hoping to finish that off next year. Put that back in here. I look like a pile that's growing here, you can see. Okay, let's have a sip of tea. Summer memory jars I started on the 2nd of July. Okay, and then the last ones are just random. They don't fit into a specific category. What's going on with my hair here? There you go. They don't fit into a particular category. So these I started in December. This is Snowflake Decorations by Creative Cross Stitch on Etsy. I thought it's December, I should really start something Christmassy. Well, I started a few things that were Christmassy. Let's just take it to the cover page. This is a set of 2 ornaments, and I started this one. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, I started that one. And this is 18 count opalescent Ada that I had left over. And this is where I got to. Did the centre bit. I have measured this, it will fit on here. So yeah, this is all the Call for DMC. It's just like 6 colours, 5 colours, and it does have some sparkly thread in it. So I don't know whether you can see that sparkle. There you go. You can. So yeah, I did enjoy stitching on this, nice and easy. Okay, something nice and small. Because so many of my projects are so big. Then we have Hello Sunshine by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Old Snowflake Decorations I started on the 13th of December. Hello Sunshine by Caterpillar Cross Stitch I started on my birthday this year. This was a birthday start, so the 13th of May. And I worked on this in December actually, pulled it out and got some more work done on it. So this is what it looks like now. So I finished the grass and the flowers over here, and then starting with this leaf here, I started working my way up the side. So I did all of this. So I'm pretty pleased with that progress. It's looking so good. This is a piece of 14 count white Ada. It's DMC, so it's actually nice and soft. So I was able to stitch this in hand, which I found I always find more pleasurable than stitching in a hoop or a Q-snap. That's that one. 2 more to go. Firstly, this is Easter Egg Trio by Karen Bowen. It's in Just Cross Stitch magazine, issue April 2022, and I'm working on this one up here, and I should have finished this by now, but I haven't. What is this? I've got the tag somewhere. Yeah, it's 36 count cream and sugar from Fibre on a Whim, and it's all the Cold War classic colourworks. And there's DMC, is it white or 52 white? I have 1 bobbin in here. And I'm in the middle of a square, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's where we're up to. So yeah. Okay, and the last one is a restart. So I started this in January. Maybe I didn't, because it's not on my WIP list. So maybe I did start it in December of last year, and it is one that I've carried over. Must be. So okay, so I started it in December last year. Got to sometime in the summer, like I want to say June. Let's see what it says here. If I go back to June in my planner. That's all. That's July. June. Baby boots. No, May. Christmas birds. Yeah, I stitched on it in May. And then I can't see where it's at again. Is it in August? Let's just look in September because it's not going to be past September. God, I thought it was later than that. I don't know. Anyway, at some point I stopped because I'd made some errors in counting and it wasn't lining up down the sides, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get a new piece of fabric for this and restart it at some point. And then I did. I restarted it on the 9th of December, which is to say this is Festive Birds or Christmas Birds by Our Forest Embroidery. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count summer khaki linen from what I got, and I'm at 10%. This is in Pattern Keeper, so this is where we got up to. So things are lining up. So I'm really glad I got Pattern Keeper for this as well. So it's looking awesome. I'm using the DMC for this rather than the Our Forest threads. Yeah, really loving that. And that is the last one. So there we go. So how many did I say? 19 whips. Did I say that? Yeah. 19 whips to take into 2022. I'm happy with that. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm loving how things are going. I've got a lot of new starts planned for 2023. I've got my New Year New Start that I am going to be working on this evening, which is Raven by Nora Corbett. It's going to be my first Nora Corbett fancy lady, or just Nora Corbett pattern in general. My friend, one of my stitchy friends, Megan, gifted me that at some point last year, and I'm really looking forward to stitching it. So I'm going to be starting that today. I've got some other things that I'd like to start quite early on in the year. I talked about that again in my plans. I do have some things that I got for Christmas, but I'm going to save those. I'm going to save haul for my next update video. So just to let you know, I did film a craft room tour this week at some point, and it's scheduled to go up on my channel on the 5th of January, which is my 1 year Flosstube anniversary. It's very exciting. So that's all filmed and that will go up next week. And then I think it will be a while before I see you again. I would normally be filming like on the 14th of January, but I've got my next stitchy day, my next Essex Needles stitchy day that I'm going to with my friend on that Saturday. So I could film on the Sunday. I might film on the Sunday. I'll see how I feel. I'll see, yeah, how much we've got to do as a family as well. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Somebody has asked me, I've still got on my list to do a stitch with me, and I might do one of those, I might do a few of them, I don't really know. It's all a matter of negotiating time. And then somebody also asked me to do a how I stitch full coverage video. So I do want to do that at some point as well. Again, I'm not going to put a date on it. You know, it might be in January, it might not, I don't know. but I will do that eventually. If you've got any other requests of videos that you'd like to see or things that you'd like me to talk about, then please leave me a comment down below, or you can send me a message on Instagram, or you can email me. All of that information is in the drop box down below. I haven't talked about my Etsy shop today, but again, things have gone up on there since I last spoke to you, and there are exciting things coming too. So yeah, please go and check it out. Again, the link is down below. Make sure you favourite the shop, because then you'll be updated with what new things go up on there as soon as they go up. I think that's everything. I think so. So 45 minutes, that's not too bad. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Happy New Year again. I hope you have a lovely few days. I hope, you know, back to reality in January goes well. And I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks. Yeah, for another video. Happy stitching. Bye.